Hello everyone, Karan from Checkers, and today we are doing a review of the Asus ROG Ally. Now this is a one-of-a-kind handheld gaming PC. I would go as far as saying this is more PC than a gaming handheld device. Steam Deck is its rival and competitor, which I've already reviewed, so you can check that review out. Let's quickly do the unboxing and see what all comes. This package already came opened because I had gone to a showroom and bought this over there. They helped me in setting it up, but I'll still show what all was inside the box. This is a very interesting piece of device. This is a ROG stand, and this is actually made out of cardboard material. This is where you can actually make your ROG Ally stand. This comes wrapped up in the sheet, but of course because the guys at Asus were helping me set it up at the showroom, so let me just remove all of this again. Right, so we have removed this. The screen, it's a fingerprint magnet. You should have a fiber cloth with you ready to clean this up. I haven't seen the official accessory screen guard for it till now, so I'll suggest cleaning it with your fiber cloth. Also, this comes only in white, so that is a concern that I have, that it might become dirty, but there was a demo piece that was available in the showroom and that didn't get dirty, and that was there for about 2+ weeks. So I have a good feeling about this. This is just your typical warranty guide. This is your charging brick with USB-C, and yeah, this is the one. With the unboxing out of the way, let's look at the specification. You get a 1920 by 1080p screen, which goes up to 500 nits of brightness. It's got 120 Hz display, which really makes it stand out from the Steam Deck. It comes with these two opposable thumbs. This is the Xbox style, of course, with the XYAB controller and the D-pad over here. Both of these have RGB rings around them. Along with that, in the front you get these two 1-watt speakers. They sound really incredible. I'll give you a taste of how they sound later on by playing a YouTube video and doing some gaming. Entire Asus ROG Ally is made out of white plastic with some grip over here in the rear where you have to hold it. So some grip is over there. If you'll see on the top, you get these amazing with long travel distance trigger buttons and these good shoulder buttons over here. You get vents over here, two vents for two fans, because there are two fans, one on the left, one on the right, so you get two fans over here. Then this is for the headphone jack, your micro SD card. I know some people are facing issues. I till now haven't put an SD card, so I can't comment on that. Your USB-C for charging. You get your XGM port, so if you want to connect an external graphic card to it, you can do that, but then it needs to be Asus Cape compatible one. It's a very expensive affair. I don't know if you'd want to do that with this, but maybe the processor and the RAM might change your mind, because it's got about 16 GB of RAM along with Z1 Extreme processor, which is really good. So if you're wanting to connect this to external display and play AAA titles at maybe 4K, this should be capable of doing it theoretically because of that high-end processor that it's using. How does it feel to grip? Feels really good to grip. In the rear, if you'll see two inlets over here with this nice sticker that changes color. You can see two rear buttons. These feel really tactile, and there's a nice grip over here to hold on. Not as much as the Steam Deck, but still really good. I'll say ergonomically this is smaller than the Steam Deck, but it's definitely more portable for sure. What I don't like about is that they haven't given any case or cover to go with it, or even a screen guard. They should have given at least one of them to ensure some safety for this device, because the price, this thing costs 70,000 here in India, 69,999. It's launched at that rate. And the Steam Deck, it's not officially launched in India, but you can buy one for about 40,000 rupees as of today, 40 to 42,000. So this is a great deal. It's more expensive, almost 75% more expensive than the Steam Deck here in India. Now I agree you won't get warranty with it, but at least you get a brand new device. This is 75% more expensive. We need to go and see if this is actually worth that price difference or not. In the next section, we'll discuss what are the things that make it better than the Steam Deck and make it worth that $700 or that 70,000 rupees price range. What I have here is to test out the speakers. These are two 1-watt speakers, are really good. Steam Deck had really good speakers. Well, this has got superb speakers. Here's what I mean. I have the volume set to 100% and let's just play it back. To show you the prowess of the display, I have put some generic video over here, some of those display samples, and let's do one thing. Let's play it back at 4K. So the screen is really good. It's got DCPI 100% color calibration, so the color contrast is really good in that way, and it's got high peak brightness, so it can get bright, really bright. And right now you can see it's just at 60-65% brightness, so it can get a lot more brighter. Now let me tell you how does it feel to actually hold this system. So when you're holding this feels smaller than the Steam Deck. I actually like the combination of having both the joysticks over here. I thought that would be a weird thing, but actually that was a better way to do it. But I'm okay with this. I have been able to become comfortable with this very easily. My these ridges over here, my hands squeeze in nicely over here, and I'm able to hold this for long sessions. This is slightly slimmer and lighter than the Steam Deck. Not by a huge margin, but still quite a bit. Coming to the software part, this is where I think the Steam Deck has substantially upper hand above the ROG Ally, and ROG Ally needs to really do some catching up. Let me just take you through some of the buttons. You get these 4 buttons over here to emulate a joystick, a gamepad. On the right, this is for opening the command center. Over here you can have your operating mode, so that goes between silent, performance, turbo, or manual, which is the operating mode at which I'm working. This brings up the Asus keyboard, their custom keyboard, which is really good. Then over here you can show desktop. If you want to disable your controller, this is where you can do that. If you want RSR, which is a Radeon super sampling, you can have this. If your game doesn't have FSR, that's when you can use this. Real-time monitor, you can have your monitor displayed over here. It shows FPS, graphs, temperature, everything. You have something that's similar to Steam Deck, but not implemented in the best way. So FPS limiter 30, 45, 60, 90, 120. So right now I'm keeping it at off. Then you got your game profiles, then you got your auto control mode. So here you can go gamepad, desktop, or auto. So it'll shuffle. If it'll know that if you're in desktop, it'll go to desktop. If you're in a game, it'll turn into a game mode. Over here, you can go and check your game profiles. Again, you can customize these a bit more, the gamepad and the desktop mode. So Armory Create is something in which you'll have to work in for all of these games. Now, the good thing is with the the good thing with Windows is You can have Steam Deck, you can have Ubisoft Connect, Epic Launcher, Xbox, EA app, all of this very seamlessly. In fact, you get the Xbox Game Pass with 3 months of free service. Like I said, there are 10, 15 and 25 watt operating thermal limits, power limits when you're running it in battery. But if you go to Armory Crate, which will turn on by default once you log into the system. So what you can do is you can go to operating mode over there, and in the operating mode, go to manual. In the manual mode, push all of this way up. Yeah. And now, once this is up, let's go and play a little bit with the fan curve. I'll just, I'll go a bit more dramatic with the fan curve. I'll say that let it ramp up the speeds. Sorry, let it start ramping up the speed when it's going beyond 60 watts. That's for fan 1 on the left hand side. And for the right hand side, let's see. Let's do the same thing. Let's start ramping up after 60 watts. So these are my fan curves over here. Yeah, and this is how you can adjust and manually have all of these settings available for you. Now we will do some quick gameplay demos. So we are playing Far Cry 6 over here. Let me just take you through the settings that we are using. So under options, videos, this is 1080p native 1080p, high settings, and motion blur on, DXR reflections. Of course, I have turned all of those off. In advanced settings, you can see we are using FSR at ultra quality, because in this the game actually starts looking better and you gain about 20-25% more performance, and it looks better than the native resolution in my opinion. So let's just do some gameplay. On the right you can see the FPS counter and the wattage and the temperature counter. So let's just do some running around. And see what FPS we are getting. So we are easily getting 50 plus FPS. I think during the more intensive combat sequences, we should get in the high 40s. You can see for yourself, the sound is so good. And the FPS is great, the sound is really good. This device feels like it's very specifically been, the speakers have been very much optimized. The speakers have very specifically been made for a gaming device, because I'm getting to feel positional audio also kick in.
Hostages. Gracias, mi socio. De nada. Where?
Imagine getting these sort of frame rates from a portable handheld gaming device. So here we are playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and you can see the frame rates over here. Let me just go to the settings and see what sort of settings are we using. 1280 by 720p, VSync turned off. Okay, at high settings, okay, mostly medium and low, ultra settings. So this is at balanced out settings, which is quite good actually. And we are getting about 50 FPS. I think this will come down to early 40s or late 40s once you get into more populated areas. As you can see, the frame rates have even gone up to 70 FPS. But that is not the typical or traditional frame rate that we get with this game. So near the water source, I can see the frame rate drop, but otherwise I'm getting 70 plus FPS mostly. Sometimes even 80 FPS. No worries, we will do some more in-depth testing to see how does the frame rate actually hold up for this game. So now we are testing out Forza Horizon 5. Let me just show you the settings we are using. So we are at 1080p with AMD FSR set to quality, graphics set to high, and we also have ray tracing. Okay, so yeah, we are set to high settings now, and we are getting about 70 FPS at high settings, and the game is looking fantastic, absolute amazing, especially in this night scene over here. Here we are. We saw two modern AAA titles running at 1080p and 720p, getting easily 40, 50, 60, 70 FPS on this device. So, like I said, this device is absolutely incredible for gaming and very stable at that also. The only one caveat, and that's the final thing with which I want to mention, is that the battery life on this is terrible. It comes with a 40 watt hour battery. This should have been packed with at the very minimum a 60 watt hour battery, because if I'll be playing Red Dead Redemption the way I did, I will not get more than 1 hour, or on an optimistic day 1 hour 10 minutes. So that is one thing to keep into consideration. If you're okay with all of that, I think this is the best gaming handheld device ever made, and the market is only going to heat up even more. It's going to bring in some more new competition, bring in some more new players, and I feel that it will be a while before someone beats this gaming handheld device. At the very minimum, a year or two at least, before someone actually outpaces this, because this is more than double, at the very minimum triple the performance of a Steam Deck. So if you want to buy this for 70,000 rupees, buy it. I'll leave the links down in the description down below. You can go and buy it from there directly. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.